Guys, biblical masculinity is absolutely slipping in my generation and honestly everywhere in this world, right? And we have to stand firm on our faith. We must stand firm and act like men, just like the Apostle Paul calls us to do. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys the 4 pillars of a biblical man. And once you master them, you will align yourself with the man that God is calling you out to be, right? Because every man nowadays, and by the way, I got a little bit of structure too, because usually, I do raw talks, but I actually want this video to be truly educational. I want you guys to actually feel an impact from it and take away stuff that you can apply to your life and use it to become more of a godly man. And once you do these things, you will feel so much more aligned with the man that God is calling you out to be, right? So every man wants to be strong, but in today's world, strength looks like, body, status, money, but real strength and real status is truly built in being the man and aligned with the man that God is calling you out to be. So we got some Bible verses that we're going to dive into as well. It's going to be a sick video. Honestly, one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. So let's get into the 4 biblical pillars. Let's break it down. The first one is faith, which is the foundation, right? And we're going to go into Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. That's going to be the first verse we're going to look at. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6, and it says, "But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him." Right? Have faith that you have God on your side. Have faith that God is battling with you. Have faith that every single thing in your life, every single day, you have the opportunity to have opportunities. Have faith in that. Dude, the faith, right? The faith is what gets you to read the Bible. Every single time you choose to watch a podcast, every single time we choose to read another book, it's because we don't have enough faith that this will truly change us. Every single time that we don't pray, every single time that we give into lust, it is because we don't have faith that God's way is better than our way. That's the pillar. That is the foundation. The more faith you have, the more you will walk, the more sanctified, purified, the more of a man you will become, right? That is our foundation. And I feel like too many men are completely weak on what has completely gotten them to where they are. Too many men are weak on that fact. They're ashamed of spreading that. They're ashamed of living a life by that. But guys, I can tell you, the only reason I'm at where I'm at is because of what God did in my life, right? Literally a year ago, I was having sex with hookers, drinking 4 or 5 times a week, right? I was completely dominated by women, addicted to porn. I would literally watch porn till 4 a.m. I was dominated by these things. Yet in my life, I thought I was free. I thought I was doing all these things that I'm young, I'm traveling, right? But it was vanity. It didn't mean anything. Every single time I came back home, I was left completely empty. Right? I was this man who I knew I had more in me because I've always had big ambitions. I've always had huge goals. So I knew that there was more in me, but I was one of those guys who was just unsure. I felt the pain, this emptiness that I wasn't aligned with the man God was calling me out to be. And he saved me. Right? When I started seeking God and trying to align myself with the man that he was calling me out to be, those chains broke down, right? That freedom that I used to think was dominating me. I couldn't go a day without watching porn. I couldn't show up anywhere without, I couldn't go a week without having sex, right? Multiple times. And to the point where I was paying for it. I was dominated by these things. But the faith in what has saved you has changed everything. And when you truly have that faith, you all you want to do is spread the word. Right? That's all you want to do. So faith isn't just about believing God exists. It's trusting him. Even when things are going wrong. Even when you can't see the paths that he's creating. Knowing that God's way always wins. God, he delivers us from these battles. So have faith in that. Not just God exists. That's easy. But having faith even when things seem going wrong. Even when things get hard. Even when there's obstacles, battles in our life. Exodus chapter 14, verse 14. That his battles and him, the fact that he's battling with us brings us peace. And when you can walk around with this internal peace through your faith, that's a thing as a man, right? You walk around with this aura that you're just at peace. People can feel this through your faith, right? So build habits of prayer that get you closer to God. We can't earn God's love, but we can sure get closer to him. So build habits of prayer. Get into the word. Obey God's commands. When faith is first, everything else that I'm going to talk about aligns, right? When you have the more faith, you're going to want to read your Bible more. You're going to want to get into prayer more. All it comes down to is a lack of faith, right? That's the foundation. That's the first pillar. The second one is discipline. So this is the actual structure of your life, how it's going to work, right? A godly man controls his flesh, his time, and his habits. This doesn't mean you won't fall short. We all fall short. But when you can win those battles, when you can wake up and choose to attack the day and walk in righteousness, seeking ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Right? Everything falls into place when you're seeking God. But that requires so much discipline. Right? Christianity and following Jesus goes against every single aspect of us as a man, every single desire our flesh has. It completely goes against it. So we must have the self-control. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 27. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. Right? Discipline is what separates boys from men. You can't lead others if you can't lead yourself. Right? I myself should be a castaway. When I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. But no, I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, right? These body fleshly desires, bring them into subjection. And then we go to chapter 10, verse 5 of 2 Corinthians. It says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God. Anything that goes against the knowledge of God. Bring it down, cast it down, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. Not 99% of your thoughts, not 99.5% of your thoughts, every single 100% of your thoughts to the obedience of Jesus Christ. Do you know how much self-control that requires? Do you know how much discipline that requires? And I'm a strong believer in how you do one thing is how you do everything. So the same way you treat nutrition, for example, because nutrition is something that dominates so many men, right? Too many men are just stuck indulging in eating processed foods, BS foods, and it comes down to stewardship at the end of the day, right? Our body, our health is a gift from God. So treat it good. Eat the foods, biblical diet, that food that God has blessed us with, that actually nourishes our body. Eggs, red meat, chicken, actually be the man who's walking around with faith and whose body feels good. Your brain can actually function. When you're getting into the Bible, you can actually understand the pages you're reading because your mind is clear. You can actually talk and go on tangents about things that you love because your brain is actually functioning the way it's supposed to, just like I am right now. Like this nutrition, this play, like people can feel the conviction. People can, like I said, the aura. And just imagine yourself as this man. And you're just walking around, completely peaceful, knowing that God is battling with you, knowing that everything always works out in God's way, knowing that his timing is better than ours, mixed with actually being intelligent and taking care of yourself and practicing this good stewardship and maintaining good habits or structure through the discipline and taking captive of every thought and having control of your brain and bringing it into obedience by praying to God. Right? How amazing is that? That's an actual man, right? These are things that actually men do. Actually controlling your cravings, your desires, even if it's something simple as eating a bar of chocolate. The way you do one thing, I strongly believe, is how you do everything. Just imagine yourself as that man, the fully disciplined version of yourself who wakes up and reads the Bible. How much better would your life be? How much more peace would you feel if you had even more faith? But we have to step into it. Too many men are way too passive nowadays, and they just think these things will be done. They'll be added onto them. But no, it says seek first. Seeking is an action. We have to look for these things. We have to go out and be active, take initiative. Seek first. That's the key word in Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. God and his righteousness. Put him in the forefront of everything. And then, and only and then, these things shall be added onto you. So discipline in work, discipline in prayer, discipline in health, and purity keeps your foundation going. The third pillar is love. Love. It shows this every single place. And it's not this love that the world thinks you should have. It's this love of this purpose. That when you make your purpose to love everyone, to want to help other people, to want to do the best, right? I run a community. It's called the Brotherhood. And it's this community that I built out specifically for ambitious Christian men who are just looking to grow in every single area of our life while putting God first. So we do weekly group calls with each other, Bible study, prayer. I built out an insane course for it as well. It's an active community, but it's all based upon love. And if you guys want to check that out, by the way, it's just $1 a day. It's the first link in the description, but it's all based on love, like the accountability, the standard that we hold each other to, right? That we just keep progressing. We make each other post our wins every single day, right? The Bible said the things we learn in the Bible, we just hold each other to a higher standard, right? Love is like actually showing initiative, actually coming together, like having this fellowship in your life where you can boost each other, help each other learn more, get closer to God, grow as men, right? Building these foundations of discipline, like everyone in there smashing their morning routine and stuff. It's so cool to see. But that's love. It's not about just like, oh, I love you, so I'm just going to let you do whatever you want. No, love is like actually having the truth and the authority, like standing firm in what you believe. It goes back to pillar one, like the actual faith, the foundation. Like me actually talking on here, talking and explaining how Jesus has saved in my life, like not being scared of it. Like I've had friends who said, oh, you shouldn't talk about having sex with your hooker. No, I have faith in Christ. That's my testimony. Like Jesus saved me from this. Like I have the truth, the authority. I'm speaking this from love because I actually know what he's done for me and what he's done for so many other people. Like this is what we need. We have to be disciplined. There's not, oh, I can do whatever I want. I can give into my worldly, lustful desire. No, it makes it like truly, this is love. And being around loving people just hits so hard, right? So if we go to 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 14. Let me flip to it real quick. Chapter 16, verse 14. And it says, let all your things be done with charity, right? So let everything be done with love, everything. How you talk to people, how you make videos, how you treat your family, how you treat your brother, like literally everything. And this is something that I have to work on so much, right? Like love isn't a sign of weakness, right? It's actually the highest strength, like loving each other enough to hold each other to a higher standard, like actually loving each other enough to hold each other accountable, right? This is, what it's all about. This is what it comes down to. Christ should love through sacrifice. Like think about the sacrifice that it took Jesus Christ to show his love for us. Like what he did on the cross, that's the most loving thing. But look how hard that was. Love isn't about being passive. It's not about being easy. It's like this true masculine thing that we got to learn. Right? It's amazing. Lead your family with compassion. Show them the truth. Show them the things that have changed you because of compassion. Serve without expecting things back. That's like another really masculine trait too. And people need that. And I feel like too many people, they provide stuff and they always want things back. But true love, like Jesus Christ, no matter what we do, no matter how many times we fall short, turn our backs against him, look at the love that he shows us, the love that he gives us. He still loves us. He still loves us, right? And it's amazing. So forgive quickly too. We can't expect to be forgiven if we can't forgive. And I think that's in Matthew 6 or Matthew 7. So that's actually godly manhood. Like be a leader, lead with compassion, lead with like truth and authority out of love. Like actually try to help people, talk with conviction, like spread like what's actually going in your life. I made a video on my Instagram talking about how I fell into lust with my girlfriend. And like that actually takes, discipline. It takes being vulnerable. It takes being open, spreading it and putting it out there for, I think it has like 200,000 views, like a bunch of people to see. Like that's love. Like out of actually trying to help people. Right? And 4, it is courage, right? The stand. We have to stand firm in our faith. A godly man stands firm in his truth, going back to what I was just talking about, right? Even when it costs you, even when it requires sacrifice, even if it might make you feel uncomfortable. But don't be ashamed. Like actually go out of your way to love people. Do this with courage. Help other people. Be around other people. Hold them accountable. Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. Let me flip to it. It says, have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. Right? So no matter what battle you're going through, no matter what you are going through, the Lord, the creator of all things, is with you, bro. God is with you. God is working with you. God is battling. He wants the best for you. Right? All the pain, all the struggle that he gives into our life is on purpose. Walk through it courageous. Punch through that wall. Like actually, it's going to help you. These things that God uses is only to help. All that hard time that I went through when I just went living in constant anxiety, living in constant like emptiness, unfulfillment, lack of confidence, lack of self-respect. It was all for a bigger reason. That strongly served to my benefit because that showed me that I was meant for more. It showed me that I was out of alignment with the man that God was calling me out to be. How blessed is that? Right? So courage isn't the absence of fear. It's not like just pushing things away because you don't want to you don't want fear in your life. No, that's not what it's about. It's about obedience despite fear. Even if you feel scared, even if something seems uncomfortable, go out and attack it. Go out and attack it with courage, knowing that literally God is attacking with you. God is doing all these things with you, right? So speak truth, protect your faith, stand up when others stay silent, right? Masculine faith leads boldly, right? Those are the 4 pillars of a biblical man, right? First is the foundation, the faith, and then the structure, which is discipline. And then just the kind of purpose, love, just to bring each other, accountable, higher to a higher standard. Then 4th is the actual actually living with courage, the stand, standing firm in your faith. Guys, apply every one of these things into your life, and I promise you will feel more aligned with who the Lord is calling you out to be. And guys, if that community I was talking about earlier, the Forge Brotherhood, is something you guys would like to be a part of with all the group calls, all the courses that I built, if you trust me enough, guys, check out the link in the bio. There's some more or in the description, There's some more information about it. It's super sick. I built out it's 4 hours of courses, just even more. I'm still adding on to it for Warriors Theology, building videos and slideshows about the one that I'm building right now of Paul's letters. It's called Warriors Theology. And it just shows through all of Paul's 13 letters how we can use that and actually apply it into our life as a masculine man. So that's something that I'm working on in there. It's just constantly growing. It's active community, just a ton of cool stuff. And it's only $1 a day up until you cancel. No pressure. Cancel at any time if you don't like it. But it's truly changing lives. It's the best thing I've ever done. It's making an impact. So guys, be sure to check that out. Drop a comment. See what type of videos you guys want. And yeah, let's go. God bless every single one of you guys. God is with you. Don't be discouraged, nor be dismayed, because the Lord thy God is with thee. Let's go. God bless.